I don't know, you have like functional zombies, unfunctional zombies. Zombies day or night. Day or night zombies. Zombies, they work day and night. They never sleep. Some of them never work, they're unfunctional. Some of them, that's all they do is work. But one thing is there's never free zombies, like free thinking, free will. They're told they're free, but they're not. It's kind of like they're told they live in a utopia, but really they live in a dystopia, like a George Orwell, Alex Huxley. The way they have sex would be just like Alex Huxley. Maybe they think that's funny or something. Like, I will troll you. If that's how they rationalize their irrational behavior, they wouldn't like it if it's done to them. I believe in a thing called karma. Like, people are assholes. It makes me wonder, like, what makes them feel safe when they do that? Like, no one else can be an asshole. Is that what you want? Would you like that? That's the thing. They're unthinking, unrational, no logic. They don't have any empathy towards other human beings, or apathy. They don't have any emotion, compassion. If they see something dying, they think it's funny. I don't think that's normal. I think that's actually defined in psychiatry as being a psychopath. They're trained to be mentally ill. That's the process of their dyseugenics. I'm probably a psychoanalysis, kind of like a Sheldon's mom, like Big Bang Theory. She was a psychoanalysis. That's what Edward Bernays is. Edward Bernays was like the greatest name I could have ever known. As far as psychoanalysis goes, psychoanalyzing. Why do people do anything ever? Ask Edward Bernays. He would know. And I'm sure he works for the Illuminati. And I'm pretty sure they wanted him on his side. They said, you jump through all the hoops, and you do it like with a triple somersault. That's what we like. Psychoanalysis people would use cognitive enhancements to make themselves understand these things even better. I am very afraid of certain psychoanalysis people. I don't think they like me. I'm not working for the New World Order like them. And that's what they hate, because they're trying to control you and dictate the way you behave, when I'm trying to break down the walls of the Matrix and free your mind. They work for a corporation, and they're paid to do so, and they rationalize their lives through This is funny for psychoanalysis people, that they don't even understand their own lives and how they're compartmentalized. It's called cognitive dissonance. So as smart as their alphas are, they'll never be as smart as a free-thinking individual that is not paid. They can never match me, and so they're more powerful with the money and all that, sure, but they'll never be able to outthink a free-flowing mind. I could only imagine them watching me figuring all it out and being impressed and wanting me to work for them and preparing their offer, but only when the goal is achieved, like perfect salvation, and enjoying the struggle. It's like watching an athlete make a touchdown or something. Except if you did it with their maze, and when you get to the end of their maze, they're like, alright, you can either join us or die. And if you join us, we'll give you some shit, you know. How about a Lamborghini? And I'd be like, no, fuck you. I don't know. It was all just an idea. Anyways, just my idea, or my opinion. You're not allowed to have your own opinion. You can only regurgitate what other people tell you. And it's like, I emulate other people. I'm sure they emulate me. That's just the nature of people. But it is kind of funny that their own psychoanalysis doesn't psychoanalysize its own cognitive dissonance, that they believe capitalism is the best thing. I don't believe in communism. I believe in freedom, but we're the last free nation, so we're under attack. What does Russia have to lose? We have everything to lose. They have nothing, and they've got a lot of money. You know, if Russia wanted to subvert us, and they wanted to invest all their time and resource and energy into doing so, if you organized a million people in an army and made them all psychological warfare psychoanalysts, and instead of armies by day, it'll be subversion by night, behind hidden doors, with maybe secret societies, plotting against free humanity. But when you're living it, it's kind of like an incremental frog in a pot, slowly getting cooked, and you really don't even know it's happening. You're not jumping out of the pot. You're slowly getting cooked, and you don't know anything any different, because you have no natural curiosity, because they fluoridate the water and they dumb you down through a process of dys-eugenics. They say we can only use 10% of our brain. No, they just cut off the communication. And so the psychoanalysis would know that all they have to do is communicate between hemispheres. So they got stuff like this. And it says calcium disodium, which that calcifies your pineal gland and also some other things in your brain. So they're purposely calcifying. Then the fluoride, it's really like your amygdala. They bury it in the I don't give a fuck reason. They're happy, careless, carefree, happy, ignorant. They would be afraid to be brought down to normal. Normal to them is like a psychopath, like on some kind of power trip, feeling the even if it's little, the littlest, smallest amount of power given, money, anything, any kind of influence to reward their behavior. What kind of natural rewarding instinct like behavior, repetitive, habit forming things. Going to work every day. Might not be like smoking cigarettes, but it's like a habit, and they pay you to do it. Then there's the reward, and you think you're doing great. That's the the cognitive dissonance would be, whether it's good or bad. It doesn't matter if you got a job ripping people off. It wouldn't matter if he got a job harassing people all day with phone calls, with overpriced stupid shit that nobody wants. Or cars, being a car salesman and being a swoozy pushover and making people buy shit they don't even want. They don't want educated, well-informed buyers. They want you to be stupid. And so you think it's rebellious because that's what they've told you. And you see, that's why they use the psychoanalysis use a lot of subconscious mind control. I noticed I was at Wendy's today, and I got freaked out because I looked at their new symbol. It's like new, and it says mom, but you can't tell it says mom. It's the lady's neck, and her neck says mom subliminally. And so they know that 10% of our conscious brain isn't shit, and that they're aiming towards the Rain Man in you. You have Rain Man, and that's the 90% of your other brain. It's like a fucking supercomputer, super calculating everything around you, but you never talk to it. You have no connection there. So it's like you need to bridge the gap between stupid and Rain Man, but you won't know that. So you don't have to pay attention, really. That's the point. It really sticks when you're not really paying attention. That's why when you watch TV, you go in this hypnotized zone-like state, like because you don't have to be paying attention to be programmed. It could be in music. It could be good, it could be bad, it doesn't matter. Wouldn't you rather think for yourself instead of telling you, someone making you like a puppet, subconsciously conditioning your subconscious, like a subconscious suggestions, and that repetitiveness, and it's in your subconscious, and your subconscious kind of like might start talking back to your conscious, and he's just replaying the last thing you heard and would emulate that and it's emulating as a form of processing, because it's like Rain Man. Like, you tell Rain Man a joke, and he's like processing it and calculating it and all this shit, and that's going on inside you, and you don't even know it. Which you ignore that. Like, instead of trying to understand what Rain Man might be saying, you would ignore that. So it's like if normal is stupid, then I'm just Asperger's, because I try to bridge the gap and listen to what the supercomputer inside myself is saying, instead of ignoring it. And I've learned, I could tell how they've tried to condition me to ignore my true feelings and not to trust myself, because I'll be walking through Walmart shopping, and they got that music playing like full blast, and I said, I'm not listening to the music, but it's, Edward Bernays put it there to brainwash your subconscious while you're just walking around shopping. You pick up on that and hear that, and it just replays in your head, Britney Spears or whatever it could be. Even if it's music you like, even if it's good, it's like, if it's a brainwash, it's a brainwash. And if a brainwash is brainwashing you, would you really want to be brainwashed? So it's like your favorite song is really just a brainwash, conditioning your subconscious mind to behave a certain way. I don't know. I can already sense they're fucking with me.